Isaiah Thomas finally returns to the parquet, but he's been dropped from the
2
rotation.
years in the making.
2 years in the making. Will there be a tribute video? Who knows?
Ooh.
Will he play? Because
Who
Mike
knows?
Malone dropped him from the rotation the other day, had to meet with Isaiah Thomas, and Isaiah Thomas handled it maturely, of course. And, you know, it's kind of an awkward situation because he might not play, but it's 2 years in the making. So what do you think about this?
I think he should have his tribute video.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any question.
Yeah, I agree
Given
with that.
what
Tribute
we
gate
saw
is back.
2 years ago in the playoffs, that is still fresh in the minds of all of the Celtics fans who, by the way, have had issues with this current Celtics edition in terms of their energy,
guard.
their effort, their consistency. And that was never said about Isaiah Thomas and those Celtics. You could criticize the fact that they didn't play a good game or they were just beaten on a particular night,
Right.
but you never felt that there was this backbiting or this infighting in the locker room. Everybody was galvanized behind the heart and soul of Isaiah Thomas, and that's what I think the Celtics and the organization should really pay tribute to on Monday night.
Yeah, I think he definitely gets the tribute. No question. Even if he doesn't step foot on the court as a player, I mean, he's still going to be in the arena. He's going to be on the bench. He's going to be in uniform. He's going to get that tribute, deservedly so. I mean, those years, in a word, delightful, I would say. If you're a Celtics fan, like, you had to really enjoy those seasons because
Couldn't have picked a better adjective.
delightful is the one that comes to mind because the
Inspiring would be a little better,
Inspiring is a
Jimmy.
little bit
expectations
better.
were low.
Delightful.
Extremely delightful. The expectations were low, but the effort was always there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Mr. Fourth Quarter was born right here. You know, Isaiah Thomas was at one point the most electrifying player in the NBA for a stretch. It was like Linsanity all over again.
Yeah.
Except with Isaiah Thomas, and that was so much fun to watch. I think if you're a Celtics fan, you remember that. Obviously, you have to feel for the guy now a little bit. I mean, the way it
Obviously.
ended here in Boston, and the fact that you just talked about it. He's going to be in the arena Monday night. He may not even play.
Yeah, that's tough. This segment is brought to you by betonline.ag. Go to clnsmedia.com/win. Use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% cashback bonus. So if you're Mike Malone, you're the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, this is a playoff race. Both these teams are in a playoff race.
Right.
Are you going to, not necessarily jeopardize a game, but do you force him into the rotation, even if it's just for 2 minutes, to be a nice guy, to get him out in front of his old fans?
Here's what I kind of sense. I think, and granted, the Dallas Mavericks were in an entirely different situation earlier in the year, but Dirk Nowitzki and the kind of tribute he got toward the end of the game. I think if Mike Malone sees an opportunity maybe toward the end of the game, that's when it's more likely.
Yeah.
Or if maybe between the first quarter and the second quarter, bridging a couple of minutes here and there, maybe you see that at the end of the first quarter. I see any one of those two scenarios unfolding where Mike Malone says, look, I know what he meant here, and we're in the playoffs. I mean, the Denver Nuggets, obviously they're in a fight with Golden State for top seed in the West, but they are in the playoffs. Their playoff position is not in jeopardy in terms of qualifying. So I think he does show a little bit of heart and find some playing time for Isaiah.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Malone cares one bit about Isaiah Thomas playing a single second in this game. He's trying to fight for playoff positioning in a very competitive Western Conference. And let's be real, that tribute's going to go up the first timeout of the game.
It is,
so Isaiah Thomas will not be on the court during that tribute. He doesn't need to be. He's going to be standing right over there, and he's going to stand up, and he's going to wave to everybody. He's going to get a huge applause, and then they're going to come out of the timeout, and that's going to be it. Whether or not he steps in the court, I think at the end of the game, I agree. If the game's out of reach one way or the other, there's no reason not to put him in there. If they're down by a bunch of points and the guard play is atrocious, maybe they throw him in there for a little instant offense, but he's not going to put him in there just so the fans can rah-rah, Isaiah Thomas in the middle of what he's trying to accomplish out west.
I got to tell you, the moment that's going to stick out with me and still sticks with me to this day is the broken tooth on the court and the way he played after his sister passed away back in Seattle. I mean, those two moments in the playoffs a couple of years ago spoke more to his character and his heart and his desire, any other sports cliche you want to come up with, than anything else.
Legendary.
Yeah, very
Absolutely.
legendary, inspirational, whatever word you'd like to use. Isaiah Thomas returns to the parquet Monday night right here.